So we're back, we're talking FF7, we're talking Rebirth, and we're also talking kind of Tekken a little bit here, which isn't that crazy of like a crossover anyways, but so whenever there's not anything to really talk about in terms of like news or information for, some FF7 shit, we kind of look at what's being discussed in the community, and today people are talking about the fact that Bandai Namco, one of their YouTube channels, posted a Rebirth trailer. Actually more than one trailer, as you can see. Has people excited because it's been like a long, I guess, rumor or something for a while that Tifa will be in Tekken 8, or people want Tifa to be in Tekken 8, something along those lines. And when you have Bandai Namco posting like trailers for Rebirth, it kind of adds something to that a little bit for a lot of people. I don't think that necessarily matters, so to speak, as we'll get into with this video. But it is kind of interesting. But there was actually something to kind of add a little fuel to the fire, though. There was like a character that people were tweeting out like the other day who has a top that very much resembles Tifa in the remake project. This character right here, her name's like Azucena. It's kind of a weird spelling, I don't know how you pronounce it, but I mean, clearly, if you played remake, like that is 100% what Tifa wears in the remake project, so it's very, very interesting. The thing is, when it comes to Tekken, like I haven't played Tekken in a while, and I don't remember how exactly like I know you can like make your own character and shit in a lot of the games, but you can also like customize like the characters that are already in the game, like their outfits and shit. But I don't remember if you can like transfer like clothes from one character to another type, like taking like King's outfit and putting on like Jin or something like that. Is that a thing? I don't know. Or is that something that's gonna be like brand new to Tekken 8? Because if that is a thing, then that kind of adds a little bit of fuel to the fire. You could like take like, if Tifa's in the game, you could take like her top and put it on another character. Like that makes a lot of sense, right? If Bandai Namco posting some Rebirth trailers, like it's kind of interesting on like the surface level, but for those of you that actually watch this channel, you'd probably already be in the know. But we talked about this around the Thailand game show time or whatever, but they had Hamaguchi there, and like Bandai Namco was kind of hosting Rebirth, if you guys remember that. But also Bandai Namco helps distribute some of Square Enix's games, right? I think in South Korea and maybe other places like that. And maybe Thailand, because of Thailand game show. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how that all works. I don't know exactly where they distribute, but they do help distribute some of Square Enix's games in other countries. So them posting a trailer doesn't really matter because they're probably going to help distribute Rebirth in those countries. On top of that, while people just now took notice of them posting like a Rebirth trailer, they posted a remake thing 3 weeks ago. They posted that little like 5-minute kind of FF7 remake story recap video that we kind of talked about and reacted to and shit. They posted that 3 weeks ago, but nobody really took notice. But even beyond just that, 7 months ago, they posted like a Pixel Remaster trailer, and again, nobody cared back then. So if you go to this particular channel and you just search like either Square Enix or Final Fantasy or something along those lines, you can see that they just upload a bunch of Square Enix stuff. They upload like Star Ocean, the Second Story R, Harvest Stella, Octopath Traveler 2, and just stuff like that, right? They just upload trailers for Square Enix games. It's a pretty common thing on the channel. They've been posting Square Enix related stuff to their channel for literally years at this point. The point of this video isn't to like shut down like the Tifa and Tekken rumors or hype or whatever the fuck, because I just think it's a distinct possibility. We already have that precedent set with Final Fantasy 15 and Noctis being in, I think, Tekken 7, so they could simply do that again. It just makes sense, especially if they're a working relationship together. Like I could see Square Enix letting them have Tifa in their game just to kind of build some hype and get some more attention on Tekken, not that it necessarily needs it. But I just don't think anything like trailers on this one particular channel that don't even get that many views anyways matters. I don't think trailers on this channel are, evidence of Tifa being in Tekken, because nobody's thinking that like there's going to be a Star Ocean character in Tekken, right? Or like an Octopath Traveler character in Tekken or whatever the fuck. I think that character that we looked at earlier with the top that very much looks like Tifa's is far more like evidence to support the idea of Tifa being in Tekken. I think at this point that they need to do it, even if there's not necessarily plans or wasn't initial plans to do it, like the fan demand is there, so it's so high for Tifa to be in Tekken 8. There's people that are willing to buy Tekken 8 just because Tifa is in it, if she's in it. Like, people will go out of their way that don't play fighting games just to buy that so they can play as Tifa. Like, that's how popular she is, right? It's like, I'm actually kind of guilty of this, too, when it comes to fighting games. Like, I'm already, like, a fan of fighting games a little bit, and I've played... My favorite series is Soul Calibur when I play a fighting game, and I already buy, Soul Calibur games anyways, but the main reason I actually bought Soul Calibur 4 back in the day is because it had Starkiller in it from The Force Unleashed. I'm not even a Star Wars fan, but for some reason I bought and played Force Unleashed, and I just love that character. I thought it was really fun to play as, and just because he was simply in Soul Calibur 4, that's the reason I bought it. I don't want like the meta or like the tier lists of characters from Soul Calibur 4, but Starkiller was pretty damn fun to play as. I think Tifa could be too. And you can already pull from the remake project all the different moves and attacks that she has and the way she fights and shit. But you also have like Air Guys back in the day, which was actually like made by Namco back in the day. So you could kind of pull from that a bit, even though it's like an old school fighting game. You can still, whatever kind of moves or attacks you might have had in that, you can be pulled forward into like a Tekken 8 just to like fill out her like move roster or whatever. Move list. What's the term? I don't know. I'm losing my mind. Anyways, that's pretty much the video, my dudes. I just want to talk about this. It's kind of funny coming off of, I think, yesterday's video where we talked about people in the community kind of jumping to conclusions sometimes, and here we are a day later, and people are seeing like trailers on this channel, and they're like freaking out, like it's like some sort of confirmation of something. And it's It's nothing. They've literally been doing this for years. But what are your thoughts on Tifa coming to Tekken 8? Do you think it's going to happen? What are the odds? I think it's pretty damn good. Anyways, that's the video. Subscribe, jump. You guys are new. Social works in the description below. Follow me on Twitter, @YT. That's it. Bye.
Used to care what people thought, but now I care more. And nobody out here's got it figured out. So therefore, I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect. We spend it with no shame. We blow that like Coltrane. We in here like Logain or leave it like Cobain.